Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Atlantis 1/535th scale USS Iowa build. In the last episode, or last video, we installed the rudder and the two anchors, and we cleaned up the flash along the top of the lower hull. Now in this video, as I explained before, I'm not going to do the heated screwdriver press thing for the turrets. I'm just going to have the turret, since there's just the three, I'm going to just lay them on after the fact, once the ship is complete. And I may end up gluing them down, I don't know. But all the AA guns are going to be glued into place and the positions marked on the plan. But in this video, excuse me, I think this is a TV series, we are going to glue, we're going to clean up all the flash on the, well, mostly looks like just where it would have been cut off the sprue, actually, a little bit here and here. We're going to sand that smooth, and we are going to attach the decking to the lower hull, like so. And the reason I decided to do it this way, if you missed the first video, is that I'll show it on the box again. The box shows it pretty decent, but there's gaps in between the hull, and you can definitely see the seam line. I want to glue the decking to the hull of the ship, and I want to be able to, when I fix the sink marks that are in the lower hull in these areas with the putty, I want to fill in the gaps like that one right there. I don't want to have the gap in mine. And then I can sand everything smooth before priming and painting it. The only downside is, well, one, I won't have the turrets attached like the instructions say. But also I'm going to have a lot of masking to do here when I paint the decking and all that, but that's part of it. So let's go ahead and we'll scoot this forward a little bit out of the way, and let's go ahead and clean off this, because last time I tended to ramble a little too much and I had a longer video than I needed to. We're just gonna sand all that smooth. We're gonna have to sand it again once it's glued down, I'm sure, and put the filler in. But it's good to get the initial. It'll help with the fit if we get this, get all those burrs sanded down initially. And this side really doesn't have that. I think that other side is where it came off the sprue. But we'll just give it a pass. Get anything that's sticking up sanded down a bit. And I'll have to check to see if there's a photo etch railing set for this. Or maybe there is a 1/535th scale ship that I can get, because you can see here there's railing, like guide pins for railing, and there's no railing on unless I'm missing a sprue in my kit, and the instructions don't show it either, but it's kind of weird that that's there. If the kit used to have a railing, it'd be neat to have one, but I'll have to check the internet out, see if there's a photo etch kit available for it. Oh, we got some major flash right there. Almost missed out on that. Get that sanded down. Put it in the back. A little bit, not as bad on this round part where the gun goes, but just take care of that while we're at it. Alright, and now I'm gonna wipe this off good. Over the garbage can. And then let's give this one a wipe again to make sure there's nothing inside the hole. Any dust, otherwise it'll be trapped in there forever. Okay, so we'll slide this back. I'm actually going to turn the ship this way. And now we'll just check our fit here. I'm going to put it in place and snap it and then work from one end of the ship all the way to the other end of it to make sure it is glued down really good. Because you kind of got to bow the lower hull in places to get it to snap down. And it won't stay unless you, because it curves up. But actually the fit is not bad. Let's check out where the box showed the big gap. Are we going to have that? If I force it down while I'm gluing, I don't think we're going to have that gap as bad. There's a little bit up front here I can see, but no, I don't really have that in properly. And then it came off on the outside. Blurring the camera, I bet, again. Come on. There you go. So, this is where the bad gap was on the... I don't think it's going to be horrible. The thin set should weld that into place pretty decent. So let's get that out. And we're just gonna start welding our hull down. There's a little gap in the very front. And with them anchors, I probably should have waited on the anchors actually. This here, if you're wondering, that's going to be my little plastic putty spatula. This is very exciting seeing this come together. Flip it over this way. I'm gonna work. Let's get these stands out of the way for now. And right here you can see a real big overlap compared to the other side. Which I'd rather have that than the big gap that like the box showed. So you can always sand that smooth. Okay, let's let that set up. This video might be just putting the decking onto the hull. We'll have to see. Oh, hold it down. Because we got that, it goes from up here, sinks down, and then flattens out, and then it goes back up in the back. So we're going to want to make sure we got that held down really good. Front there. I love the thin set, and I'll squish that down good so that we don't have any gap. That did close that up. That's nice. Looks like it's set to here. Make sure we get that bow flat. This part requires a bit of patience, as it will affect the end result quite drastically. How we doing here? Looks like it's stuck down good. Let's work our way further back. We need to put some pressure on this part. Front still holding? Yep. Yeah, this will probably be the most masking we'll ever have to do on the models up to this point. And we'll flip it around to the other side and get that side stuck down. That's a bit much. A bit excessive. I don't want little globs of dried glue on the seam. I wanted to get in that into the seam good, but I don't want to do a lot of extra sanding I don't have to do. Man, that's... Let's see. This is 1 5/35 scale. I've seen people build 1 200 scale ships, and boy, them look like monsters. But this is gonna look good sitting on the shelf, I think. Almost halfway. And yeah, if you can see that real good. So far we have no gaps. I'm happy with that. Turn it around and continue on here. This part I gotta snap down a little more. There we go. Now we can go further. Whoops. Squish it down. Going a little too far. good yet? Oh yeah, that's nice and... Another thing I like about that thin set, it glues stuff down pretty quick. More. Almost there. And I've seen it in the box too. There's quite a gap right here. I don't know if that's supposed to be, or if that's something I should fill with some filler after it's glued. I think I'll hit that part again. I kind of lifted. A little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good actually right now. Very happy with that. Yeah, that's gonna have quite a gap there, as you can see. I don't know if that's supposed to be. Maybe it is. Okay, let's flip it around and finish up that part. I'll hit that again too. That kind of, I was delayed in pressing down. No, the makers, I can tell you, are solid now. I just tapped it on the table and it still stayed. Do that again right here. then the back. There's a bit of a gap there you can probably see. So that might require some filler because it's not flattening. But we'll turn this upside down and put some glue on it anyway. And try to flatten it down a little more. There, a little pressure. That actually did flatten down. Knocking my now I'm hitting them anchors on my paint and it's still staying on. So the problem we had in the first video is over with for sure. And I'll hit it again. And we'll just hold it there for a bit. And we have the deck glued to the lower hull. How long did this video go? Oh, just as long as the other one, just to glue that half on. Okay, there we have it. In the next video, we'll have to take care of some sink marks and then a little bit of sanding here to kind of smoothen that out a little bit. But we're going to call that a video. Get our stand back out over here. There we go. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time.